How do, and welcome to Pompo Rides, or the Pallet Palace Pompo. Today, a little bit different, we're doing a holiday review, and today we're at Riu Madeira. So why don't you join me, and I'm going to give you a full walk around and tell you all about it. Let's go.
The Riu Madeira is a short coach transfer from Funchal Airport. The package with TUI included the transfers and was one of the quickest we have had, approx 15 minutes to the hotel.
So, here we go. Box standard shower, plenty of room for two, bidet, toilet, dressing out, usual shizzle, all that sort of stuff. And then you got a separate bit here, aircon there, if it works. Built-in wardrobe for me. See, phone for reception, because as soon as we got here, tried the kettle, didn't work. Quick phone call to reception, sorted it out. 32-inch TV, a little bit of a settee, USB ports, already in, standard. Then we've got a lovely big balcony. Now it is quite windy out here, and my missus were a bit perturbed when we first got here, because it's like, oh, it's not that one. As you can see, not a bad view. This is the standard view. It's not a sea room view, but you know, you get a decent sea view. Overlooking the pool. Down there, we've got a pool bar. Does snacks, cocktails. Main seating bit out there. Main restaurant bit is inside there. And yeah. First house balcony. And a first size room.
The hotel, located on the seafront at Praia dos Reis Magos in Caniço de Baixo, Opened on 29 April 2022 with a new image and new services. The 4-star hotel will offer RIU's popular 24-hour all-inclusive service, so guests can enjoy food, drinks, and entertainment options around the clock. Guests at the Riu Madeira can now enjoy a total of 327 completely renovated rooms, boasting the modern design and clean lines that are characteristic of the hotel chain's refurbishment projects. The rooms have new furniture designed to ensure that guests are comfortable and fully enjoy their stay. What's more, the old bathtubs have been replaced with showers to make the most of the space in bathrooms and adapt to customers' needs. Guests can enjoy even better views from their room balconies thanks to the new transparent glass balustrades. They can also see the improved views in communal areas, which now have more windows, turning the spectacular scenery into the center of attention. Elegance runs throughout all of the hotel's rooms with elements such as the characteristic columns. The warm atmosphere created by indirect lighting have given the communal areas a cozy feel, and white and natural light are the order of the day inside the hotel, bringing a sense of freshness and vitality to every corner of the complex. The lobby bar, where guests can enjoy exquisite cocktails, now has a minimalist decor and a new 24-hour self-service area where customers can help themselves to snacks and drinks whenever they please. The hotel has expanded the dining options available to guests with 2 new restaurants. The Culinarium restaurant, where guests can enjoy high-quality local produce, and the well-known grill restaurant Pepe's Food, located in the bar pool area. Guests can continue to enjoy international cuisine at the buffet in the main restaurant, which will surprise customers with its revamped structure and look. Outside there is the same number of swimming pools, 2 for adults and 2 for children, but guests will find an extended solarium with wooden flooring and a fresh look. Customers can also enjoy the heated indoor pool, which has a new design that they will love.
So there is a little supermarket which is just, you come out of the hotel and up to that road up there, and it's just there on the roundabout, because one of the things about this place that you'll see, there's no on-site shop, which is quite surprising, or if there is, I haven't seen it. So the first thing to note, as we turn around the corner and we're going here, shuttle service from the airport, it's about 15 minutes. Now I did rent a car and there's a Hertz desk inside, and I got it from Hertz and it were a lot less hassle. It cost me €110. In fact, the car's down there and I'll give you a quick show of what it were. We got the Hyundai Iconic, it cost me €110, but that was it, everything included. And that included the electricity, and you get 300 kilometre range, and then you can charge it up here and it don't cost you any extra. But also, if you get a Hertz car, you don't pay for parking. If you rent a car and you want to come inside and park, it costs you €7. So that's so bear that in mind if you're renting and you're going to rent one for 3 or 4 nights. There's another €7 on top. So that's the Iconic that I rented, and it cost me €110. And you know what, can't fault it. I think it was superb, brilliant around these roads, some of the hills and tight bends, and it performed absolutely excellent. So I'd recommend spending a bit more and getting that above going for the cheaper option, like a Fiat Panda or whatever. You didn't have to worry about fuel, you could charge it as you come back. They just go to the little charger, scan the card, bang, done. Leave it charging overnight. I think they were about 35% on it when I got back, and it said 4 hours to charge it. I come out this morning, we went out again and it was charged. So happy days. So bear in mind, €7 charge if you are going to get a car. So you've got your main reception area, reception desk over there, rooms to either side, left and right. One thing to note, when I did booking, there's a tourist tax, €2 per person per night, and we're here for 7 nights, so it's an extra 28. So you've got your 24-hour bar area. You can self-serve your drinks, so you've got beer on tap, fruit juice on tap, tea, coffee, help yourself. Here's the main dining area. I'm not going to go in there now, but I did do a separate one that I cut in of I did at lunchtime. The food's excellent, can't fault it. This is the main area. Sitting out, having a drink. Again, you've only got that bar there. Takes you down to the pool area. There's a smoking area just over on the to the right of here. Then you've got to come down these steps. We'll talk about these steps later. A bit of a ball of contention of mine. We're going to go through here. So here you've got your massage area. There's a gym inside there if you want to go to the gym. All your therapies in there. Here you've got the indoor pool. Not used it. Did use the outdoor pool. We'll talk about some of them things later. So if it is raining or terrible weather, or you don't want to be outside and you're avoiding your sunburn or whatever, you can come inside here. Come in here, plunge around, indoor pool, look out onto the Atlantic Ocean. Now here's a tip. If you come through this pool area and you go through them doors down there, right, you're on level 1, so you can get the lift at level 1, because as we mentioned earlier, them stairs, believe it or not, can be a bit of a killer. So you're down on this pool area and you've got to walk up them stairs to get to the next area, and as far as I know, there's no lift. Again, we'll talk about that and disabled access, and I don't know how they go on. So if you've got your pool bar with your snacks all day long, burgers, hot dogs, that kind of thing. Again, self-service, fruit juices, beer, coffee, cocktails. So cocktails out here. Just lushies. Yeah, quite good. Plus point. Let's take you down to the front. There's a bit of a promenade down here, and if you like watching planes take off and land, quite a good view of that, because Funchal Airport is just literally 15 minutes away, so the transfer is not that bad. Again, your room key, you swipe it in or out of here, and this gets you outside of it. Now, here we go. This is down at the front. No beach, pebbly. You hardly see anybody down here. There's a little jet you can go on that. Really slippy on there, so be careful if you're thinking of going on there with kids. Very careful. And the sea is various of choppiness. It was quite choppy earlier on, and we'll talk about the weather in a minute. Just see a ship right on the horizon there. I'll go on this side. Okay, so we're ready for my honest review of the Riu Madeira. First things first, so I booked this with TUI, and I think I paid about 1,700. I'll check the price and I'll put it on here, of how much I paid with TUI from Manchester in the beginning of May. It's Sunday, May the 12th, and it's the last day, which is why I'm doing the review now. So I've had a week of it, so I can tell you honestly what I think. So first things first, I booked a Riu, not Rui, I keep saying Rui, it's a Riu. I booked a Riu hotel because we had one in Cape Verde, the Santa Maria Palace, and it was absolutely fantastic. All you could ask for. It was 5-star, it was brilliant. So I thought, right, do you know what? We deserve a break, let's get away. And I booked this one, expecting the same level. Now maybe that was my downfall, because this is a 4-star and that was a 5. So the service just wasn't to the same level. Now if people are used to eating at that sort of time for their evening meal, they're going to be basing their opinions on the service of that standard. And it was subpar compared to the service that we normally receive around 7 o'clock. So when you read any reviews, I guess it's all down to what time that person eats. So the other negatives I'm going to say about the hotel is it seems to be a lot more of older clientele. Now I'm in my mid-50s, so is my wife, and we was some of the youngest around, although I have noticed in the last few days there has been a lot more of a younger crowd. But one of the things that surprises me is those steps up and down, believe it or not, are a bit of a killer when you've been lounging around, eating too much food, drinking too much drink, having to walk up and down those steps. And I don't know how they go on if it was somebody who's disabled. I did see somebody in a wheelchair, and I didn't mean to ask her, like, how do you go on for getting up and down there? Because the lifts, there's only the one lift that I can think of, so it takes you 10 minutes to get from your room down to the pool area. And it has what I call the festival feel about it, right? So by the time you've got down to it, if you ever go to a festival and you've left your tent and you walk all the way into the arena, you don't want to be walking back to your tent because it's just too much hassle, right? Like I say, I'm fat, I'm lazy, I'm 55, I don't want that hassle. So there's that part of it. So that was a bit of a downside. Them stairs are a bit of a killer. And I'm surprised of how the clientele seems to be over the older age group. Again, with that said, there's no animation during the day, which for me, I can't be doing with all that. Come on Darren, get up and play darts. Come on Darren, get up and do this. I'm not interested, right? I've come away on holiday to relax and not be pestered. So you don't have any of that. I've not seen any of it at all. The evening entertainment starts around, I want to say 7:30, 8 o'clock, and they've got some local band on doing covers, or they might have, you know, a local band on doing traditional folk music or whatever, and then they'll put on some kind of show. And the shows, they're not great, right? But if that's your thing and you like a good show, it's not for you. It's something to sort of watch. They had a magician on one night, and it looked like he'd got a kit out of Argos, and they were doing the stuff off the, not the best. So animation wise, entertainment wise, yeah, it's not really there. But if that's not your thing, that's all well and good. The drinks, it's all inclusive, and they have cocktails. Now the difference between here and Santa Maria Palace in Cape Verde that we experienced was, if there's a cocktail that's not on the list, you just said, oh, fancy an espresso martini, and they go ahead and make you one. Here I asked for a margarita, and they went, it's not on the list, we don't do it, even though they've got the stuff to make a margarita, right? So you can only have what's on the list. The pool area bar, there's only 2 bars, which is the main bar, which is 24 hours, and then the pool bar. And the pool bar, they're in like slushy machines, whereas in the main bar they will put the alcohol in a blender and then put the mix in that they've got in plastic bottles, but they do sort of taste a bit plasticky. So the ones down in the pool bar are actually better. Now you can actually say to them, stick a bit more vodka in that, will you, because I can't taste it, or a bit more tequila, and they're really good that way. So again, I can't fault the service, right? The service that you get is brilliant, right? They're polite, they're attentive, they cater for every need. For example, when we first arrived in our room, Mrs. Pompor wanted a cup of tea. As soon as we got off the plane, only 15 minutes transfer, great. Rang reception using the phone in the room. Within 30 minutes they've been up and sorted it, right? It was a dodgy extension and they swapped it out and they got it sorted and it were great. And anything you've asked at reception, they're brilliant. There is a shuttle bus service that runs 3 times a day from here into Funchal. Last one back is about 5 o'clock. We booked it the other day and we booked the 5 o'clock return. We'd had enough, so we got to 3 o'clock and we said, right, I'll go and wait at the bus stop. Initially he wouldn't let us on until everybody else had got on, then he went, right, there's room, you can get on. So again, can't fault that, it's great. So there is just 1 or 2 little niggles of here. Anybody with kids, I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. I found it difficult, and I was talking to my wife the other night and I said, I'm finding this difficult to anybody that I could actually recommend this hotel to. Because if it was an older person, I'd be like, them steps are a bit of a killer. Other than that, it's not too bad. Young couples, there's not really much for them to do, right? If you want just a nice relaxing, just you two on your own and that's all you're going to do, fine. But it's not the most romantic of places. And then again, if you've got young children, right, just forget it. We've seen 1 or 2 couples with kids, but there's nothing here to do. For example, they've got what they call a games room. It's just some tables and chairs in a separate room. There's nothing in there, right? There's nothing in there. There's not a pool table. There's not a Monopoly game. There's nothing in there. There's not even a pack of cards. It's just somewhere, where you can sit. So it's just a room that doesn't get used. Nobody sits there and doing it. Madeira in general, which isn't the hotel. Again, the weather is a bit. I'm in May, so most of the time it takes till lunchtime for it to start hotting up. I mean, I'm now doing this on a Sunday afternoon and it's 2:30. We've been out this morning and I'll have some other videos and I'll have links to them on here. So we went out driving again this morning. As I said earlier, I rented a car. We were out yesterday with the car and we were out this morning with the car. But the weather in the mornings, it said 15 degrees when I was driving up in the hills. It's about 21, 22 at the minute here. It's lovely, it's quite nice, but it does take until the afternoon to get like this. So again, the pool, if you're one of those, like my missus, who likes the pool to feel like it's warm, well, it's not gonna. It's fine for me to swim in because you jump in, get that, take your breath away and then get on with it and you feel fine. She's not one of them. She doesn't like that aspect of it. So again, it's not there. But that's not the hotel. That's the island. Madeira in general, it's okay. It's nothing great. And that's just my opinion, right? I'm sure anybody watching this who's been or thinking of going might have a different opinion. I'm just speaking it from my opinion. And my opinion is, yeah, it's all right. You know, we went to do the sledges down the hill in Funchal. They've got these wicker sledges. I've done a separate video of that. I'll put a link here. We also took the cable cars, and I've done a separate video of that, and you can see that here. You do them things, you do the touristy bits, but there's nothing sort of wows you. Now, we did go up to the observatory in the car and we got there around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I think. And if you're into hiking, Madeira is the place for you. As everybody knows, I'm a biker. And if you rented a bike whilst you was here and didn't bother with all-inclusive and wanted to just go out riding, it looks like it'd be a great island to ride round. Some of them twisties look fantastic. But as for coming to here as an all-inclusive, just don't know. And again, that observatory was probably the only sort of wow places that I've done. And I'll put some videos on of the observatory and my full trips that I've done, and I'll do a separate one and we'll do that in here. So yeah, that's my honest review of the Riu Madeira. That it's just a bit, it's okay, nothing bad about the place. There's nothing great about it either. And I'd struggle to find anybody to recommend it to. The Riu Cape Verde Santa Maria on Sal, I recommend it to loads of people, and they've gone and they've said what a wonderful place, brilliant, they loved it just as much as we did. I'm never like going anywhere twice, but I'm really tempted to book there again because it was that good a holiday. And because this is another Riu, I had it in the same expectation level, and it just didn't match it for me. And there was nothing I could put my finger on to say this was bad, that was bad, and that was bad. There's a few niggles. So all in all, hope this makes a bit of sense to you. If you're thinking of booking here, right, you'll have seen the walkthrough, you can have a look round, make your own opinion, right? You might come here and have a totally different opinion of me and say the place is brilliant. I spoke to a couple from Wigan, I think, and they've been here 6 years on the run and they think it's great. But if all they want to do is sit by the pool and have a drink on tap, then it's great for that. If you want a little bit more out of your holiday, which I usually do, I sat there the other day and I turned around to my missus and went, I'm bored. And I brought all my cameras with me, and I brought the drone, and I've been playing out with the drone, and again I'll put some shots on of the drone, and I was bored. Sitting around the pool isn't for me anyway, but usually there's something you can find to do. There's no gardens to walk around. If anybody watches my video that I did last year of the hotel in Turkey, in Kemer, I'd actually recommend that above here. Even though this has got plus points above that, like the food. The food is absolutely fantastic, right? Can't fault it. I've not been drunk yet off the drinks, but I've never had an all-inclusive yet where I've been drunk. I swear to God they do something to it. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to leave you with it. This is the backdrop, right? So this is the Atlantic Ocean. And there's a ship right out on the horizon that you probably can't see. There's an island over there, I can't remember its name, but it's deserted. So yeah, that's it. Please leave a comment if you've been and you disagree with my opinions, or if you agree with my opinions, or if you just want to leave a comment anyway. Please give us a like and a subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you on the road.